and welcome to the third part of the Modern Farmhouse speed build. So I saw that a lot of you actually have been waiting for this exact part. So as you can probably tell, I will be working on the backyard, some outdoor furniture, and a few rooms on the interior that include the foyer and a single hallway, if I'm correct. So I won't be doing that much on the interior, but I'll try to walk you guys through my whole process of building throughout this hour. And yeah, I guess just sit back, relax, and enjoy while I talk and try to tell you everything about this build. Just a quick disclaimer though, if I do sound a bit sick, it's not because I am. I'm just, I don't know, my throat decided to act up today, so I just don't sound the best, but I'm feeling well enough to record, and I know that you guys have been waiting for these parts for a while, so I think it's just the best time to upload everything, and I'm trying my best to get all these videos out. As a lot of you probably saw, I actually posted a sneak peek of a build that I built like 5 months ago. Well, started working on 5 months ago. I actually posted like a sneak peek of it back then, and I just never got to the build. And a lot of you were actually asking me if one of those builds are going to be coming, because there were like 4 builds that I teased, and I actually only put out one of them, which was the French Chateau. But then there were 3 other projects that haven't been posted yet. And so the good news is that I actually started working on most of those projects. One is almost done. Like I've said in the sneak peek, the second floor is the only thing that's left. And besides that, the build will be done. It's not a big house. It's only a 2-bedroom, so and it will be under $1 million. So for those who don't have the biggest budget, I think it's gonna be really good. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what you guys think. But that's gonna be coming later on this week. Right now, we're focusing on the modern farmhouse, and I will try my best to get all of these parts out before Halloween, which is technically next Sunday. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and I also have the last part of the Mountain Suburban left, which is also going to be coming this week, because I have the footage in it. I just have to record the voiceover. So I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. And as you can see in the speed build, right now I'm working on the river in the backyard. With this house, I wanted to switch things up, and I think I wasn't originally planning to have a river. But I saw a really nice estate in real life with a river, and I was like, wait, I gotta do something like this with the water farmhouse. Because it's not the most fitting, but honestly, you can make a river with any build, and it probably would make sense. The one thing that I really liked about this build was the infinity pool. Sadly, I had to replace the water with basic shapes, because, yeah, the water was ruined, we know that. We hate the new water. And like, it was so glitched, and at first, as you can see me right now, I was doing these, I know that there's a specific term for them, but I generally cannot remember it, but yeah, it's like, basically, actually, I don't remember the term, but I can look it up. Let me just do that real quick. Yeah, it's just basically water sputter that I tried to recreate. Clearly did not really work out as I wanted it to, so I deleted it eventually. Just, I don't know. It's a good idea, but it's really hard to do in Bloxburg. In general, the water is just really hard to recreate in Bloxburg, as, you know, Bloxburg's not really meant to be like a water world, so like it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I tried to recreate water sputter. It didn't really work out, so I just decided to get rid of it later. So if you actually if you're copying this build and you're listening to me talk, please don't do that. Just don't bother, because I'm gonna delete it eventually. And I saw that a lot of you were actually saying that I delete a bit too much. So like I've said this multiple times before. Actually, not even multiple, like tens of times. It's been a bit too much. But I always recommend to watch my speed builds like 2 minutes ahead, that way you know whether I'm going to delete something or not, and then you can avoid doing something that I'll actually end up deleting. That's I guess a tip for everyone who is rebuilding my houses. Yeah, because it saves you a lot of time, actually. It really does. And while I was building this, I really wanted to smoothen out the terrain, so I tried to make this hill go down to the river. And I think it actually didn't turn out to look that bad. Like, I really like the final outcome. Of course, you can still see like some lines from the basic shapes, but overall, if you really don't pay that much attention to it, it doesn't really look horrible. So I actually recommend doing that. Like, if you really want some smooth terrain, you just use basic shapes because they really do actually help. Now, and I was originally planning to have something on the other side of the pool, but I realized that I would run out of plot data if I did that, so I ended up just covering it up with trees later on, and you'll see that. And yeah, I'm actually starting to work on the tree fencing. I think the first time that I did do tree fencing was with my Hamptons project. That's when I kind of came up with an idea to use trees as fencing instead of actual fencing. It looks a bit more natural, and I really like the whole look of it. So that's what I've been doing in most of my projects, and right now you can see me just resizing trees, trying to, I don't know, make it look balanced out, trying to balance it out, trying to make it look balanced. And I at first I only used these type of trees. I think they're called the organic ones in the game. I have a really hard time remembering the in-game names. Like, it's hard. It really is hard to remember them all. But then I think these are cypress trees. And then we have the, wait, oh my god. I know the name of the pine trees. There we go. And then we have the pine trees. So I basically used a combination of those free trees and then my custom ones. Like I said before in the previous voiceovers, I kept the custom trees at the back, but I removed the ones at the front. So all the custom trees that you see at the front are actually gonna go. They're gonna get removed. I'll have to delete them personally. Like, I had to delete them personally because plot data. I actually was not expecting to run out plot data with this build, but it just kind of happened. And I remember building this while I was on call with my friend. I don't remember who it was exactly, but they suggested me that I should make a deck, and I was like, wait, that's actually a really good idea. And so I made that deck that goes out from a master bedroom. So when I was building this, I just had like a random idea. I mean, when I build, I try to think what I'd like to do personally in houses. And when I made that deck, or like before I made it, I was thinking, which room would I really like to go the most out of to just the backyard or something? You know, like, and I don't know. It made a lot of sense for me to do the deck going out from the master bedroom, because like, you wake up, you know, and you just want to go out and see what's up in the backyard, maybe have your morning coffee with the view of the river. I think it's a really cool thing to have something like that, which is exactly why I wanted to incorporate it. And I don't know, I mean, I personally really like the way the deck came out. Later in this speedbuild, you'll see me adding some furniture. I think I took that furniture from Studio McGee, from their outdoor collection. Like, when I'm looking for furniture, I usually like, I don't know, as an interior designer, you're supposed to like kind of look for furniture pieces and then use them in your own space. So that's what I did with the couches, the outdoor couches and armchairs. They're all from Studio McGee, so you can find them, and they have a lots of cool new furniture. And if you just need any interior design inspo, they got you. They have so much good work. No, their work is amazing. I've also mentioned that like this whole house, this whole project, at least the interior, it's kind of inspired by them. For example, the layout, the living area layout, it's very similar to one of their projects. And yeah, I was looking at their account while doing this build. So yeah, you'll probably find a lot of similarities, but I generally recommend that account. And yeah, I usually try to recreate real life furniture pieces that I see and put them into my builds because I think it's, well, yeah, that's just how it works. I usually use basic shapes now to recreate furniture, and then I try to make it functional as well. So you'll see me do that in the interior as well. But anyway, getting back to this speed a little bit, you can see me now starting to work on those custom trees, and let me tell you, it was hell to make them, but they turned out to look so nice. Honestly, I can only say thank you to three people that I've mentioned in the tour, and I constantly mention them in like posts of this house where you can see the trees, and that's Aldrensia, Villemobuilds, and Float, who are amazing at building, first of all, but like the fact that they even were smart enough to come up with this tree hack. I love I love the way these trees come out to look like. It's just, they look so much more realistic than the Bloxburg trees. Like, first of all, the hanging down lines, I think they add so much to the whole tree, and then, you know, the bushes and everything. So I think I got the hanging down lines idea from Villemo and Aldrensia, and then the bush idea came from Float because he did it. I remember the first time I remember seeing him do it was actually like earlier this summer. It was at the start of the summer. I don't know if some of you remember, if you guys remember, but well, yeah, Flo and a couple of our friends, we all did this kind of like a collab. It wasn't really a collab, it was more like a challenge, but we just wanted to create like a neighborhood together, and so there were 4 of us, and we all built houses. Basically, there were 4 houses, there was like an intersection in the middle, and then, yeah, there were 4 houses on each side. It turned out to be a pretty cool build, and I had so much fun working with them. I think my friend Jo, she has like a video on her channel of us building the whole thing. It was actually hilarious. I got made fun of so many times, and I think I even did a speed build on my build, the one that I worked on in that build, which was actually the modernized tutor. It's still on my channel. If you were to look at my favorites folder, not playlist, favorites playlist, or if you were just to look at my uploads, you'll definitely find it. It's this white tutor, well, like white and dark gray tutor that's like been modernized and whatnot, and yeah, I really like that build. It's again, it's also cheaper than my usual builds. It was only like, I think it was under 500,000, which for me, that's a really good price. Let me tell you, I don't do cheap houses like that really often. So if you actually need some, like if you actually are looking for a cheaper house from me, you can take a look at that one. It's 2 bedrooms, I think, and 2 bathrooms if I'm correct. Has a kitchen, a living room, lots of high ceiling, a decent enough backyard. So, yeah, okay, but why am I talking about that build right now? We're supposed to be talking about the modern farmhouse. Well, I'm supposed to be talking about the modern farmhouse. But anyway, so that was the first time that I saw Float doing it, which was in his build. He made a craftsman. Oh, okay, one more. When we were doing that neighborhood, we were supposed to do it with a twist. We basically just put like a bunch of random house styles in like a list or on the wheel, and then we spun the wheel, and each of us got different house styles, and so I made a tutor because I got a tutor. I think Jo got a Mediterranean. There was a meme in our friend group that she made Olive Garden. It's really funny. Because someone commented that under her TikTok, and honestly, once someone points that out, you can't unsee it. You genuinely cannot. And Float made a craftsman, and then our friend Adam, he made a Cape Cod that burned down. Iconic. But yeah, so I first saw Float do it in his craftsman, like in his front lawn. Obviously not inside the house, but next to it. And I was like, wait, that's so smart. And then, yeah, that's when I saw those trees, I decided that it was time for me to up my landscaping a bit, because before I don't know, I really never paid attention to my landscaping. It's always been kind of basic, like I only use specific bushes, and I didn't try to, you know, make it different every time. Now I try to like see the landscaping, well, not the landscaping, but just the nature in the location that I'm building my houses in, and like try to like kind of build it in Bloxburg as well, like the landscape, try to match it to the real life nature, if that makes any sense. So I kind of based this house, I kind of based it in like, I'd say the south of US. Like, I don't know, I'm thinking this house could generally be in Canada, it could be in Tennessee. I based this house in Massachusetts. I mean, it's a modern farmhouse. What I did was I basically like when you think of modern farmhouses, they're really like these type of modern farmhouses. They're always in like a specific location, at least in the U.S. They're always like on the East Coast, maybe even like Central U.S. But it's really rare to find something like that in the West. I mean, yeah, there are modern farmhouses in the West, but they're very LA-ish. I don't know how to explain it. So I tried to base this in obviously. Well, I based it in the East Coast, but it could also be in Central U.S. And it's hard to find houses like that in Europe because this one's very American. But I know that there are also like European farmhouses, so that's a whole another style. Well, I guess it's not another style, but you can tell the difference between the two. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, you just saw me finish the trees that I was talking about. So again, huge thanks to Aldrensia and Villemobuilds Float for the awesome tree inspo. Honestly, without them, I don't feel like I would have done these trees. And like they add so much to the backyard later on. You'll see. Honestly, I think of them as like centerpieces of the whole backyard. Like they're the main focus when you really go into it. Not the pool, but I think it's these two trees. And that's exactly why I tried to keep them later on when I needed plot data. Because I would have deleted them, but the regular Bloxburg trees just don't look as good. And yeah, that's why I kept them. That's basically why I kept them. And I also tried to add some roots. I think they add a lot of detail to the trees. And later on, I think I also added these, what's it called again? It's the tree chair that we have. I don't think it's, oh my god, I forgot this term already. When it comes to nature, I really don't know many terms. Let me look it up again. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, okay, so it's the wood trunk, the tree trunk. So yeah, I added the trunk trees that we have in the game. I think they're pretty cool and like they really match the whole tree. And I also worked on this tree, but later on I got rid of it. So if you are recreating this, you don't have to fully copy it. Just you can replace it with a regular tree because it will go eventually. At first I thought that it needed something, and yeah, it does need something there still, but I just kind of have to choose whether it's gonna be a finished house or this tree. So I went with a finished house, and I'm glad that I did. Even though this tree was cute, and I think it really should have stayed there. It couldn't because of plot data. Honestly, I keep on fighting with plot data on every single new build I do. It is so annoying. Like this new build that I'm doing, it's a huge project. I've started on it, I'd say, a few weeks ago, and I've been working. I've been working nonstop. I just finished the exterior on Friday. And oh my god, I just finished the exterior and it's at 70%, and I have a whole huge interior to do. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it. Somehow gonna suffer. I'm just gonna be in so much pain, but I know I can do it. So worst case scenario, I'll just have things to delete, but I'm really hoping that will not be the case because I really don't need that right now. But I think you guys are actually gonna like that build that I'm working on. I really don't want to reveal it yet because I just want to keep it as a surprise. It's a really, really big build. It's much bigger than this house. Honestly, probably twice as big. And it's based in like a certain location. So you can only try guessing what it is, but I don't want to say it. I was planning to get it out by Halloween, but we have a week left till Halloween. And yeah, I'm nowhere near them. Like I still have a whole interior to do, and it's usually the interiors that take me a long time. But who knows? Maybe things are gonna be different with that build. Hoping so, I guess. And then yeah, it's just also like another thing that's kind of holding me back from working on that build. I think it's possible to finish that build in a week, but I genuinely can't because I still have school. I was really praying and manifesting for my break to start earlier because it's gonna be only next week. Well, like not this one, not like next week, but next week. So I still got a lot of time to wait, and I have a lot of like assignments to do before the break. So I don't know how how much time that will take me, so I don't want to plan to finish the whole build when I know that I probably won't be able to because of school. But yeah, enough about that build, and yeah, here you can see me deleting the water sputter. It didn't, it just, I don't know, I don't, yeah, no. And yeah, here you can see me just filling up the gaps that you see with the trees, at least the bottom half. The best way to cover them up is with bushes, these, like, I don't remember the exact name of them, but they're these really big and puffy bushes, and they work really well. I mean, with tree fences, one thing that you really have to do is make sure that there are no gaps in the fence, because if there are, then it will look very weird, and it's just, you have to make sure that there are no gaps. And so I usually like to use trees to cover it up, but if trees don't work, that's when I get to these bushes, and they really do the job. So if you can see that, like, if you're trying to fill up the gaps in the tree fence, these bushes are probably the best thing to use. But I also like to use the trees because it looks a bit more natural but it's a bit more work with the trees. So yeah, the most simple way is just use the bushes, really. But I also, like, when I finished doing the bushes, I felt that I needed some more, so I added these rocks. There's a lot of them. I remember even resizing some. I guess it didn't turn out to look that bad, but I ended up later in the speed build, I ended up reducing the amount of rocks because I felt like they were a bit too many. Like, it would be a bit unrealistic for the water to flow through so many rocks. Or if it did, then there would be a lot of sputter. And as you can see, I clearly deleted all of it because I didn't like the way it looked. And in Bloxburg, it's just really hard to recreate water sputter, and so I just chose not to. But here you can see me. Well, one thing that I decided to do was, I thought that I could cover up the basement part with, like, this sewer canal thingy. I ended up getting rid of it later. By later, I mean probably one of the last parts, because I needed some more plot data, because, I mean, it doesn't really look bad. It's not like you can really see it that well. It's like you would only really see it if you were to look in that direction, which, let's be honest, most of the time you probably wouldn't even look that way. So I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter, like, it looks good enough. But then I ended up just doing the same thing like I did on the other side, on this side, the one that I'm working on right now. Yeah. But here you can see me start painting things. I remember painting this was horrid because of how much time I spent doing it. You know, overall, I think it's worth it. Like, I really, really love this backyard. I think one of my favorite parts about this house definitely has to be the backyard. It's nice, it's very spacious, which I was really happy with because I didn't think that it would be. But I mean, I think the thing that gives it that spaciousness is like how smooth the terrain turned out to look with the basic shapes. At first, the hill that I was doing, it turned out to look pretty smooth, so it doesn't, like, it's really hard for you to notice it. I mean, no, not really. It's not hard for you to notice that it's a hill, but you know, it's still, like, smooth enough, and it's not that steep, so, you know, it looks fine. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. And yeah, I'm still painting, and then, like I've said, on that side where the pool is, on the other side of the pool, I'll just cover up, I'll just do another tree fence. And yeah, and now I also decided to, so at first, we still had the old water, and as you can see, it fit there perfectly. It fit perfectly in that pool. The new one, when we got the new water, the pool was all messed up. It was glitching. I did not like the way it looked. But yeah, the old one, to cover up the bottom half, I used those rocks. I still kept them in the finished product, even though we didn't have the old water anymore. I still kept it. I don't know, I felt like it was like an important piece, I guess, of the build. But yeah, they didn't need to be there, but at first I did so to cover up. I did it to cover up the water, because the old water, how do I explain this? The old water, it used to flow down. You know, there was the top, and then it used to just flow down into the basement. With the new water, it's just the top that's there, and then the bottom, it's like, it's really weird. You can, like, walk under it, I think. It's so weird. But there's no flowing down effect. So, you know, it's not necessary to have that, to have those rocks anymore, but I still kept them anyways. And here I also decided to do an outdoor kitchen. Honestly, I was really happy with it. Like, outdoor kitchens are so pretty. Well, like, I'd love to have one in real life. Obviously, I don't live in a house, so I don't. I live in a condo, so I only have a balcony. That's the only, like, outdoor space, living space that I have, really, but it's enough. For me, it's enough. I mean, I've always lived in an apartment, so I feel like, I mean, this is getting a bit off topic, but I'll still talk about it. I think that, like, my dream place probably has to be an apartment. Right now, I'm really, really obsessed with these, like, old Parisian apartments, or not just Parisian, just these, like, old and elegant apartments that are, like, really modernized, and they still have all the old architectural detailing, but, you know, the furniture is all modern, and I love that look, and it's my dream to have an apartment like that. And my plan is to save up for one and get one because I just really need it. Like, I really want it. I do. Yeah, but as surprising as it is, I wouldn't want a house. Like, I mean, no, I would want a house, but in my 20s, I feel like I'd probably just stick with an apartment. I don't need a house. I'd rather have an apartment. Why am I repeating myself? But yeah, my dream place definitely has to be an apartment. And the other day I was thinking, why not? Like, I really want to do my dream house. Like, I definitely should do it. Like, that dream apartment. Like, I want to do a whole town plot. Well, not a town plot, but like, I just want a really nice view for an apartment. So I could do a whole street of detailed buildings, and then in one of the buildings there would be an apartment. And I really want to do that kind of a build because it's probably like my dream apartment. So it could be like a part of the Dream series, the Dream Home series. But honestly, I have so many things, so I don't know when I'll get to it. Right now it's definitely not my priority, so maybe one day I will get to it, but it's just with the amount of builds that like I have to do and that I have planned, it's really impossible to just spontaneously do a random one. As a lot of, okay, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I plan out all my builds. Basically I've been planning, well, like with this build, I planned it a month in advance until I started working on it. And it's basically like that with every build of mine. For example, let's take the Mountain Suburban. I start planning it 3 weeks in advance. What other project should we talk about? I guess the Paris collab with Float, that was very spontaneously done. We woke up one day and we're like, let's do a collab, shall we? And we did. And then I have a few other builds that I worked in the summer, and well, I have a collab with Funds. I've talked about it. He's doing the interior. I finished my part already, and I'm just waiting for him to finish up. But we also planned that build, I don't know, a few days in advance. I guess that one was kind of spontaneous as well. But this new one that I'm doing, it was not spontaneous. This new project, I planned it months in advance. Like, I started talking about it in mid-summer, sometime during midsummer. Like, that's a while ago. Let me tell you, that's a while ago. So yeah, most of my builds are really planned out. So if I really want to start a new project, I have to plan it out months in advance. I guess the smaller projects, the ones that I'm getting to right now, those are kind of spontaneous because basically I kind of ran out of money with the big project right now, and I want to take a small break from it. So my small break is technically just working on those smaller builds. Technically, there's two of them right now. One of them is fully finished. The other, I need to redo a lot of things on the exterior and then do the interior. So that one's going to take a while until it comes out, but it will be there eventually. The thing with me is I don't delete builds. So usually I just leave them and then I get back to them whenever I feel like doing it. So I'm glad that I do get back to them though, because I really hate having unfinished plots on my account. Most of my builds are finished, and I kept a lot, because, I mean, a lot of my friends, they don't keep their plots, and I'm like, how? I really love keeping my plots, no matter how expensive they are. I don't get tempted to delete them. Like, for me, that's just not an option. Like, I don't know, it's just, no. Instead, I choose to work for hours. Like, I'd rather work for hours than delete a plot that I spend, like, hours on. So yeah, that's, I guess, my thinking when it comes to deleting plots. I could never do that to my builds. Like, I don't know. I really don't care what my friends do with their plots, but like those builds that are on my account, I'd never delete them. I have like a lot of year-old builds. I think I have some that are like a year old at this point, even older. So, I made this English Manor, I'd say like a year ago. I posted it before the Halloween update, so it's been longer than a year. But I still have that build. I also have my Free Plot City collab with Diana and Float, and I always keep things like these. Paris, of course. I don't feel like I'll ever delete my city builds. I really love doing city builds, but they just take so long, and sometimes I just want to work on houses. So, yeah, but I would do cities if I could. I mean, I've always been a city person myself, so I love city stuff. I love creating cities. It's so fun to me. But again, houses, you guys tend to like houses a bit more, so that's also why I like to do houses more. But sometimes I just want to do that myself, I guess. But yeah, here you can see me do this hanging couch. So okay, just a question. Have you ever seen a modern farmhouse without this couch on the porch? Because I haven't. And I was like, I gotta put this in. I did. I did, but like I haven't seen a single house without this couch. And it's literally in every modern farmhouse, you see a hanging couch on the porch. Because that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And that's exactly why I tried to recreate it. Well, not like recreate one and add one in my own build. I really like the way it turned out. I really like the color scheme, and I just like the front porch in general. I was like really confused at first on what I could put, but I don't know. I like to think I figured it out. I really do like to think I figured it out. And I hope you guys think the same. I hope we have the same opinion on the porch, I suppose. And here you can see me just adding a bunch of random plants, because to me, just the couch seemed a bit bare, so I was like, what should I add to fill up the space? And I just thought of maybe adding plants. So this porch is filled with plants. I personally don't mind that. But one thing that I wish that Bloxburg had a little bit more of were plants, because the current, like the choice of plants that we have right now, it's very limited, and then you're just forced to make custom plants, which is it's a curse. It's a curse making your own custom plants, and the fact that they have to be clonable as well, I really hate that. Making things clonable, it's like, I guess I always do that because I'm too lazy to do things again, but it's just like making them clonable is it's so time consuming, first of all. And it's so annoying sometimes. It literally is so annoying sometimes. And I even make furniture pieces that are clonable that I won't even have to copy again, but I still do it because why not? Like most couches in this house, I have like, I think I made 3 different couches in this house. Did I reuse one couch in any of the builds, in any of the rooms? No, literally. We have 3 different couches and they're all different. Well, yeah, I'm just quoting myself. But we have 3 couches and they're all different. Yeah, that's just fun, isn't it? I know. So I'm kind of like, I am like that. But, you know, whatever. Whatever, I am extra. I do things that I don't need to do. But I've always been like that, I think. When it comes to builds especially, I always do things that I don't necessarily need to do. And then, okay, there's this cute decoration that I got from my friend Cece. I saw it in one of her builds. She did this like really cute candle candle tray. There we go. Took me a while to think on how to pronounce it, but I saw her do it. I was like, wait, that's so cute. And so I think I reused that candle tray a few times in the interior. I don't think I did it on the exterior, but definitely used it a couple times on the interior. It's really cute. Literally, it's such a good idea. I never thought of it. Like, candles in a tray? Like, what? Wait, like, it doesn't sound like a good idea at first, but then you really think about it, like, yeah, wait, that's not so bad. So, yeah, half of my decor is like that in this house, at least. Or basically, I don't know. Some, like, I get some ideas from other people. Like, I mean, this is just minor decor, I guess. But sometimes I get it from other people, and then sometimes I just get these random ideas. Um, which, yeah, no, I'm happy about my ideas. Sometimes I get confused by how my mind works in general. That's why I'm really into psychology, because I want to understand the way my brain works. Because trying to understand myself, really am. Like, actually, I don't know. I've been into psychology for a while now. So like sometimes I just turned on a random YouTube video about psychology and just minds and whatever, and I enjoy it. I don't know, like I feel like if I were to like not do architecture or something, I'd probably go into psychology. I mean, of course, I'm still like planning, and I'm not even sure if I will go into architecture, but I'm really hoping to, or interior design, one of those. I honestly, knowing myself, will probably end up doing both and spend like half of my life just studying. But I, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you happy. Um, but yeah, I'd probably go into psychology. Like I've always been interested by the human mind, and like I love helping other people. So it's just, I don't know, being a therapist. It could be me. I kind of see myself being as being a therapist, but on the other hand, I don't know. So maybe things will change, and maybe I'll actually become a therapist. That would be interesting. But I really, like I said, I really do love psychology a lot. Like I don't love it, but I'm really interested in it. Like I said, I'm really fascinated by the way the human mind works. But yeah, getting back to the speed build, here you can see me working on this first patio area, which is basically the area that you go into out of the living room. I wanted it to feel... Okay, first of all, I wanted it to feel light as an area. Like, not light, but I don't know how to explain things. When I look at things, I try to balance out the heaviness and the lightness of the room. Because, like, different furniture pieces, they give off, like, either a light vibe or, like, a really heavy vibe. Like, a couch. Let's say a really big couch, then that will be heavy. But if you have, I don't know, like an armchair that's very see-through and it's very modern and stuff, that's going to be light furniture. And so I usually like to have like a balance of both. So that's exactly what I try to do in this room. But overall, the space, I wanted it to feel very light, because it's like it's not like a room that you enter. It's rather like a room that you will most likely go through into the backyard, and you won't sit here for a while. Like, it's functional, obviously, but it's more like a not like a hallway, but it's more like a walkthrough area. I guess that's what I was trying to do. And personally, I think I did okay with that. I always say I did okay, but I obviously just am probably just asking you guys what you think about this. So if you are watching this far, if you have watched this far, if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, you'll see me just do that. Like, in this space, since it's already very light, like there's no roof above, I wanted something very heavy, and that's what I found. And then that's when I found these nice armchairs from Studio McKee. And then yeah, I just recreated them, and I made this a seating area. And so I feel like there's also a balance here. And I use these two armchairs and then like a big couch they're all the same type. Like, I think this furniture matches really well. It looks like outdoor furniture. It acts like it. So yeah. And no, outdoor furniture, for me, I think the hardest part about building something probably has to be doing the outdoor furniture. It's really hard to figure it out, like what you want exactly, and it's just hard sometimes. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of reusing the same furniture, but yeah, making it custom. Yeah, like when I make custom furniture, I always want to make it functional. I mean, because you want to use it. It's so weird when you make something and it's not functional. Like, for me, I just can't have that happen. So yeah, it's really rare to see me do something very, like, not functional. But yeah, I think every single piece of like a seating area or most things in this house are functional. So you won't run into a problem like that. And yeah, here you can just see me do lots of random decor, like plants. I really like this new, like the small little plant. I saw Float do this type of play, and I was like, wait, I gotta use it too. So I did, and you can see me in this house, like on the outside. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the area. Well, now we just have to put something on the table because I really hate just leaving my coffee tables empty. I don't know, personally, I try to not overclutter things, but I also really dislike leaving things empty. That's why I never see myself as a minimalist builder. Like minimalism, it's so hard for me to do because I like to clutter. I like to add decor. To me, it's pretty. To me, it just looks right when there's decor. I don't know how else to explain it. And I had this really bright blue color scheme at first, but I was like, no, that's not working. Like vibrant colors, it's so hard for me personally. It's really risky to use them because they don't always turn out to look good. So I always stick to I try to stick to neutral tones. Yeah, that's what you see me do most of the time. But yeah, I think that's all with the seating areas in this house, like the outdoor living rooms. And I think now I'll actually start getting to the outdoor kitchen, and the tables and the outdoor kitchen and the dining room. I made this custom counter thing. It's not even a counter, it doesn't have any drawers inside of it. It's just basically like a concrete block. But I thought that it would be cool for a kitchen, an outdoor one, because really, what are you gonna keep in the drawers in your outdoor kitchen? Probably nothing. I don't see myself doing that. If I really needed some tools, I'd just bring them from from the actual kitchen. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. So I don't really see myself, keeping or storing anything in the outdoor drawers. And then I made this sink. I found it very minimal, but I really liked it. It's giving me Kim K vibes. When I did, I was like, wait, this is actually giving me Kim K vibes. Not actually Kim K vibes, but her master bathroom vibes. She has a very interesting and intricate sink in her master bathroom. I like it personally, but it's very weird. And yeah, that sink is giving me the same vibes. Okay, but also I noticed this change a long time ago. I don't know if I've mentioned it in a voiceover, but have you guys noticed the fact that there's a small light now that turns on when you're using different stoves or ovens? I really like that change. I think it's good, first of all, because you can see when your food is done cooking. But it's also kind of realistic. I really like that change, and I'm so glad that they're paying attention. I mean, by them I mean the devs. I'm really happy that they're starting to pay attention to these small and little details, because yeah, they're small details, but they add so much to the game in the end. So yeah, I'm extremely happy that they're finally focusing on things like that. But anyways, I also wanted to have this concrete slab look. It's not that bad. It really I use carpets for it, but I don't know, I really like it. So feel free to use this type of concrete if you want in your house. Obviously making speedbuilds so you guys could I don't know, use some stuff in your house, but see what you like. Maybe even copy houses. It honestly makes me so happy when I see that you guys copy my builds. I mean, not actually copy, but recreate, because it tells me that you really like my current design, and to me that really means a lot. Okay, and also this chair took me so long to figure out, but I was trying to recreate these Farmhouse chairs. I really don't know the exact name of it, but they're they're Farmhouse chairs. They're not that detailed. Well, they kind of are, but you basically see this chair in every single modern farmhouse. They're so common. You guys have no idea. And there's 50 versions of it on the internet. So, yeah, it's this specific chair. I even have 5 or 4 versions of it on my channel. So, in every build, I kind of try to make it a bit different, I guess. Trying to be unique, And then I made this table. One thing that I noticed that I find really, really annoying is the fact that, you cannot place stuff such as food on basic shapes. And for example, this table is made out of basic shapes. And then when I try to place things on it, I can't. But then I found like a way around it, which is to use placemats, and then it works. But it's just so annoying to have to place them every single time. And sometimes just the placemats, they don't match the table shape. So like it just looks a bit weird sometimes. But I guess it works, so that's all that matters. But I just wish that we, could place things on basic shapes without placemats. Because like, if you can place things on anything, why can we not place them on basic shapes? And since I had the pergola thing, I wanted to extend it a bit, so I came up with this idea to just use basic shapes and extended it all the way above the dining room, the outdoor dining room. And I also like to use these lights in game. The really sad thing is that they like the way they light up it's really ugly. Because I think like the older light fixtures, they would turn on as a whole, and they think that Coeptus and Froggy have both like changed it a bit and made it just the inner part light up like in real life. So I guess it's like a pretty cool change, and I really like the new lights that do that now. Like especially this, it's like a table lamp. I don't know the exact term for it, but it's like the table lamp. One of the newest ones that we've got. I really love it. I used it all around this house, and I mean I use it in every build of mine because the other ones they're not as good as that one. Just because it's not just the inside that lights up; it's like the whole light. It's very weird. So I'm glad that they made that change. And I'm hoping that they'll revamp all the lights and they'll make it just like the new ones. I'm saying this, you guys probably don't really understand, but I hope that you do. You probably don't, but I hope that you do. That's what I was trying to say. But I think I'm almost done. I think I'm done with the layout of these two rooms, and right now I'm just getting to decorating. That won't take too long, and I think that after this outdoor kitchen I'll get to the pool, and that will be it with the exterior. I think that's, well, yeah, this exterior speed build was a bit long. 3 parts. We still have a whole interior to do. Well, I have still a whole interior to post, but I promise I'm gonna try my best to get these videos out for you guys, as I know that a lot of you are waiting and you guys want to get these houses done as quick as possible, and I'm holding you back by not posting, so I understand that, and I feel really bad about it, and so I'm actually just trying my best to get these out. But just because of that, I feel like it's time for me to go, and I still have a whole other voiceover to record, so yeah, I'll go now, but I wish you the best of luck recreating if you are, and if you were just watching. Thanks for listening, as always. But yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be part 5, the last part of the Mountain Suburban. And after that, I'll probably post more parts of this build. But yeah, I'll leave you to it now. Well, I don't know. Maybe not everyone's rebuilding, so I know that some of you are just watching to listen, which is completely fine as well. I appreciate you all, and yeah, just the fact that you watch matters a lot to me. But anyways, so I hope you have a great day, and again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Yeah, you might wanna get a fast track, but you can't just piggyback. You're braver than you know it. You're stronger than you show it. You're braver than you know it. You're stronger. There's no other way. Talk about a long night trip. No, no, no. Don't ever wait. You kept traces of my past. Your frames are divided in my thoughts. Your love, dance so I can feel your lips. Oh no. Your friends are nowhere to be found. We're tripping all around and girl, we don't know nobody. There's people all around, but girl, it's a private party. Oh, no, no, we don't know nobody. There's people all around, but love, it's a private party. And I'm tripping, you're tripping, trip, trip. Trip, no, no, no. Don't ever wait. You kept traces of my past. Your frames are divided in my thoughts. We're tripping all around and girl, we don't know nobody. There's people all around, but girl, it's a private party. Oh, no, no, we don't know nobody. There's people all around, but love, it's a private party. And I'm tripping, you're tripping. Dancing in slow motion. Feeling all my emotion. Dancing in slow motion. Feeling all my emotion. Dancing in slow motion. Feeling all my emotion.
I'm reaching out and my heart is with you. So much in between, things we've never seen. You're a mirage that my mind can't see through. Are you here with me? One day we can see. And all my life, unbroken ways, but I know that time makes ways. But I know that time makes ways. And all my life, unbroken ways, but I know that time makes ways. But I know that time makes ways. Yeah, I know that time makes ways. All my life, unbroken can make a way.
Makes ways.
Building a fortress, and we thought it was stronger, keeping your distance. I thought we were better. We can try to just hide from the pain by building our castle. We can build them again and again, and we can feel nothing. And I know that you're feeling alone, and we can do better. So help me to break through the stone. Help me to break through. Something losing our vision. I've got something for you, and I can hardly breathe. Something draws me to you, it's taking over me. Don't know where you came from, but you're cutting deep. When the music's over, will you come with me? Tell me you can feel it, though we're oceans apart. I've got love for you, I've got love for you, and I know this magic sparks inside who we are. I've got love for you, I've got love for you. I've got love for you. I've got love for I was hoping you could fix these broken seams, floating through the puzzles and the endless screens. Well, I've got something for you, and it's cutting deep. Now the music's over, will you come with me? Tell me you can feel it, though we're oceans apart. I've got love for you, I've got love for you. I know this magic sparks inside helpless, but I'm loving it. And my mind